Robbie, hello. Two good away wins in the last week. Are Chelsea now finally playing at the level that everyone perhaps expects them to?
Well, it's important for us to perform in every game, and you know, we are pleased that the wins come with a good performance. Every game is so difficult for us because we have to win them. And tomorrow night it's going to be again the same story for us. Really, you know, we have to put a great performance on to be able to overcome Benfica.
You've told us before that you've talked one-to-one with the players and in a group. Is that kind of communication, do you think, helping you build this good run that you're on at the moment? Has that been all part of the Chelsea revival, do you think, that the really good communication that you've had with your players? I
think the fact that we are winning games as well, that helps to improve the confidence in every individual player and then with the group. So I keep communicating with the group and with the players, and you know, we hope that that allows the players then when they play to play at the highest possible level and to the best form they can.
They've got a pretty useful record in Europe, Benfica, this season. Are they still a threat, do you feel?
Yeah, I mean, this tie is far from over. They have scored in every away goal in this Champions League season. So we know that it's a difficult task ahead for us tomorrow night, and we'll have to approach this game like the Napoli game.
How much do you think the number of games that you could have to play will influence just how well you do this season?
Well, it might become an issue at some point. I don't know. I mean, fortunately, we have a fully fit squad, so that will help us in this running to be able to play, you know, every player that we have and give everybody a chance and opportunity and have some fresh players on the team as well.
You're saying a fully fit squad, but can you just update us on David Luiz, Drogba and Meireles?
Well, they're expected to train today, so that's why I said the fully fit squad. So we'll have to see how they come through training, but at the moment everybody seems available.
And just a final word from me on the FA Cup semi-final. Do you still retain hopes that you might be able to get it played at least earlier in the day, if not changed to another day?
I'm sorry, but at the moment I'm not thinking about the FA Cup semi-final. You know, we have a huge game tomorrow night that we need to focus all our energy on, and then when the time is right, we'll be thinking about that.
Okay. Brian, just down Sam here at the front. Thank you.
Roberto, just looking at that list of fixtures, if you go through this semi-final, even excluding the FA Cup final, the Champions League final, it works out as 11 games in 40 days. I mean, have you ever known a run like that at the end of the season with such a demand on a squad?
I think there's a lot of clubs that would like to have so many games to be involved in all these competitions. We have to just keep going and try to stay in all these competitions and try to win something. I mean, it's very demanding for the players, but as I said, fortunately at the moment we're in a good place because all the players seem to be available, so that will help us.
Is there part of you that thinks that, given that fourth place is so important, that the cup competitions can...
Tomorrow is a huge game. I mean, you know, we'll think about the Premier League after this game, but tomorrow is a huge game for ourselves, for the club, for the players. There is no discussion about that.
Robbie, I know you don't like to talk about yourself too much, but do you sometimes feel like you're dreaming? You know, at the start of the season, the thought that you'd be leading a team probably into the semi-finals of the Champions League. Does it ever occur to you what an amazing change of fortunes you've had this season?
No, I don't think about that. I have no time to think about that anyway. I'm full on in my work, you know, all day to prepare the team tactically and physically for the next games, and there's so little time in between the games as well. So I haven't really sat down to think about anything like that.
Roberto, as a player, what's your best memory of European football as a player?
Well, we won the Cup Winners' Cup, obviously, which was a big trophy at the time for the club, European trophy. In the Champions League, we had some exciting games, but we never went past the quarterfinals.
Hi, Roberto. A lot of the fans are turning up already talking about, when we play Barcelona or Milan in the semi-finals, and there's a view that because you've won the away leg, it is all over. Is there a warning for you to the players to ensure that they don't take anything for granted, that they don't lay to waste all the hard work that you did against Napoli and last week, and ensure that the focus is absolutely there, because if not, there is a danger?
Well, it is a dangerous result. As I said, this is half-time. You're leading 1-0 half-time, and a 1-0 lead is basically nothing. And our players are aware of this, and we'll have to go into this game with the right attitude and the same attitude as we had against Napoli, because we'll have to win the game and qualify tomorrow in the game. Nothing has been done yet, so we are aware of that.
Robbie, you were praised, just here, you were praised quite rightly last week for a courageous team selection. Because the game is at home, are you less courageous tomorrow, or do you sort of take the same sort of bold approach? And
I didn't think it was a brave selection. I thought it was the right selection with the players that we had available, and for the game that we had to play away at Benfica. So it wasn't a question of being brave. And tomorrow the selection again will reflect the fact that the players are in best form and shape to play against a strong Benfica team tomorrow night.
Roberto, is this a different sort of pressure because you are the favourites, whereas against Napoli and maybe in the away leg less was expected?
I think this team has enough experience to deal with pressure. I think our players have experienced a lot of games like this, and they can raise their game to be able to perform in these pressure games. It doesn't look like we have any games that are not under pressure, so I think they're used to it.
Roberto, the consensus is that Barcelona are so strong this year that it's going to be difficult for anyone else to win this competition. Do you believe this Chelsea team is strong enough to finally win the Champions League for this club?
I'm sorry. We have to qualify tomorrow night.
It must cross your mind.
We are not qualified yet, and that's all that matters. You can speculate whatever you want, but our job is to be focused tomorrow night for our job ahead, and that's what is in our mind.